Hello, fellas and ladies. Still doing TIFF reviews. A lot more to go on here, and all my TIFF coverage is out on bitesizebreakdown.com. If you aren't following them now, I'll wait. I will now be reviewing The Wild Robot, which is the newest DreamWorks animated film from Chris Sanders, an excellent animation director of movies like Lilo and Stitch, How to Train Your Dragon. And this one is basically about a robot that was designed to help people with their busy old lives and get stuff done. But this robot crashes in the woods and forms a, parental bond with a little birdie. So I was at the world premiere of this movie at the Toronto Film Festival, and my overall opinion of the movie was, yeah, it's really good. It's a really solid DreamWorks outing, not that special. Nothing specially better than any other, recent DreamWorks movies. Like, definitely not better than Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, for example. And then I went on my phone and I saw just crazy fucking raves for this movie. Like, not just like some obvious glazing, yes, but then there's like people who I respect and friends of mine and colleagues of mine just fucking going nuts for this movie. And which begs the question, am I an asshole? Because while I liked the movie, I just don't see where this big reaction is coming from. I can talk about what I like, because that is the majority. A lot of this video will be what I liked about this movie, because there is a lot to like. Just by seeing the trailer, you can tell the animation is spectacular. It's very colorful, has its own little unique brushstroke thing going on. I don't really know. I'm not an animation expert. I couldn't tell you how to describe the animation here, but it's another amazing animation inspired by the works of the Spider-Verse movies. Like many people, I was kind of blown the fuck away by the score from Chris Bowers. Incredible score all throughout. It helped with some of the emotional beats even when it wasn't fully landing. It's definitely a score that I will listen to when it comes out, but I saw it early because I'm better than you guys. Well, and I want to go back to the animation for a second because I feel like I didn't talk about it enough. I just loved how vibrant it looked. Even the way, I know it's animation, we're like, there's no cinematography, there's no cameras. Shut the fuck up. But the way the camera worked in this movie, the way it moved, I actually was really into. I really liked the movement of this movie. I liked the use of colors, the use of landscape, the use of world building. I actually thought it was really interesting. The movie mostly focuses on animals. They all looked great. They all had their own little vibrant characters going on with them. Animation character, they all had the same animation style, but they had their own little characteristic with each of them. I laughed more than I thought I would in this movie. I'm not saying it was hilarious, but there was definitely a lot of laughter. Some pretty dark jokes in here. There's one in particular that stood out to me. I was like, oh, okay. More than that, I think the thing that's grabbing most people about this movie is it has a lot of heart. That's hard to deny, and a lot of it is felt. There is a very sweet motherhood storyline going on between the robot and the little birdie. And it's hard not to fully feel it, not to be, at least adored by it. The movie has a very sincere, found family kind of plot, a very sweet message on community, on finding your place. However you think the execution is, it's hard to deny that it was at least sincere. I love the voice acting across the board. Lupita Nyong'o was just genuinely terrific as the robot. I always get nervous when these movies just resort to celebrity voice acting when not everyone is a voice actor, but here there was maybe one. I thought Catherine O'Hara was a little forced, but everyone else, again, Lupita's terrific. I thought Pedro Pascal was very natural as the Fox guy. Kit Connor was terrific as a little birdie. It sounds like I'm very complimentary about this movie, but quite frankly, I thought the story was kind of basic. There's nothing about this story that made me go, wow, this is top tier. Quite frankly, this story is just very familiar, and a lot of it felt rushed. There's a thing involving the motherhood plot, between the bond between the robot and the bird. It feels like the central conflict just kind of forced itself in on us on the second scene of these two together. A lot of the story just kind of felt like I've seen this before. Now, familiarity isn't an inherently bad thing if it's executed well, but here it just felt familiar. You can be familiar and not feel familiar. And I don't think this movie did that. And while I did compliment its sincere intentions, I gotta say the morals are pretty fucking obvious. Be nice to each other and everything will be good. Thanks, Wild Robot. I didn't know that. I don't think Chris Sanders had any ill intent while making this movie. I cannot stress that enough, but I don't know. I don't think he was on his A game when it comes to the writing, at least. I also didn't cry. It's one of those movies when the lights came up and people were sniffling, and I just oh, is that what we're doing? That's what we're doing right now? Really? To that? Like, it was sweet, but like, really? We're crying? I just did not see what was special about this movie as opposed to like other DreamWorks movies. It's not better than Shrek. It's not better than Shrek 2. It's not better than How to Train Your Dragon. It's not better than How to Train Your Dragon 2. It's not better than Megamind. It's not better than Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, like I previously mentioned. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, I actually felt like there was a mold push in that. I felt like there was something very interesting to be told there. And I can't just inherently compare it to that, but, you know, when people are saying it's like the best DreamWorks movie, like a top 5, I'm like, you know, can we like dial it back? I know DreamWorks kind of gets slagged on because they have had pretty big misses, but they've made amazing movies, and to say this is like a top tier DreamWorks movie, it feels a little misguided. But all in all, I like The Wild Robot. I would never deter someone from seeing this movie. I'm clearly more like negative on it than most people are. So, you know, go out and see it if you want to see it. Maybe you'll like it more than me. This is just how I felt about it, why I didn't fall for it like everyone else did. I still thought that Wild Robot had a lot going for it in terms of its voice acting, its animation, its score. It's very sincere. Like, there's nothing about this movie that feels forced. It's just, I feel like I've seen this movie before, and even in better ways. This is a well-made movie, but it's pretty forgettable, in my opinion. And I'm just going to go ahead and give it 7 Lupita robots out of 10. Again, go out and see it if you want to see it. I won't get mad at you. Well, subscribe and share, and please be nice to me if you like this movie. I'm very, very fragile.